The objective of this video is to learn how to calculate descriptive statistics using Excel functions. We're going to use a data set from homework 2.4 that says a factory that produces widgets is analyzing the productivity of one of its production lines. They measure the production level on the line every 21 days, and the results are summarized below. So we have 3 rows, 7 columns. So we have 21 numbers that reflect the number of widgets produced per day. So in order to calculate the descriptive statistics, what I've done here is I've just listed all the different Excel functions that we're going to use for average, median, mode, standard deviation, and variance of the sample, max, min, range, and then overall count. So the first thing we're going to do is, and you do this every time you use an Excel function, if you want to calculate a number, you will start with equal, and then we will start to type in the word. You'll see average pop up. You will then highlight the data set with your mouse, close parentheses, and that is the average. Now, we don't need all those decimal places, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag that down, and I'm just going to go to 1 decimal place. For median, we just do the same thing, only start to type in the word median, we click it, highlight the data set range, close parentheses, and that's our median. For mode, equal mode. Again, highlight the data set, and we see we have a mode, and I see we have 112 here, here, and here, so our mode is 112. For standard deviation, again, we're treating this as sample data, okay? So we need to be a little careful here. You start to type in STDEV, and you'll see a .s and .p, and if you recall from our discussion in class, there is a difference in how calculating standard deviation of the sample is from the standard deviation of the population. So here we're going to click .s for sample. Again, we're going to highlight the data set range, and that is our standard deviation. Our variance, again, like standard deviation, you'll notice a .p for population, an S for sample. We're going to click the sample, highlight the data set range, and that is our sample. Okay. For max, and the reason we want the max and the min, I will show you in just a second, but first let's just hit equal max, and we get a max of 119, and if you just look at the data set, you can see there is the maximum number. We'll just use a different color. For min, equal min, click it, highlight, and our min is 100, and there's our minimum. So the range is equal to the max minus the min. So in order to calculate the range, which is a measure of dispersion, we need to calculate max and min. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit equal count. Okay? And what I like to do in the interest of completeness is just highlight the entire data set and make sure that we indeed have 21 numbers in our analysis. So there is a summary of the descriptive measures for this example. That concludes this video.